Hello and welcome everybody. I am Miss Kiran Ingole. Today we are going to discuss the topic anthelmintic agents. Learning outcomes. Upon completion of the video, the student shall be able to understand the importance of drug design and different techniques of drug design. They may be able to understand the chemistry of the drugs with respect to their biological activity, know the metabolism, adverse effects, and therapeutic value of drugs. Know the importance of structural activity relationship of the drugs. Introduction. The term anthelmintic is meant for such drugs exerting their action locally to expel parasites from the gastrointestinal tract. There exist several varieties of worms which are able to penetrate tissues. Therefore, the drugs that predominantly act on these parasitic infections are called as anthelmintics. Hence the definition. The drugs used to combat any type of helminthiasis are termed as anthelmintic agents. There are different types of worm parasites that affect a human body. The worm parasites of man actually belong to two phyla. Phyla means groups, namely Nemathelminthes that are roundworms and Platyhelminthes that are flatworms. Now here I would like to ask all of you, what are the different types of roundworms and flatworms? Give their examples. You may pause the video and write down your answers in a book and then again play the video. Let's explore the roundworms. The roundworms essentially comprise of 7 species. First, hookworm. They are found to attach themselves to the mucosa of the duodenum and obtain their nourishment for survival by sucking blood from the surrounding blood vessels. Hookworms are of two types, American variety and European variety. American variety has example Americanus, Nectator americanus. European variety has the example Ancylostoma duodenale. Roundworm. It can be found in the upper segment of the intestine and therefore it is vomited up quite often. Example Ascaris lumbricoides. Whipworm. It is mostly found in the caesium, but it is also located in the lower segment of the ileum and the appendix. It has example Trichuris trichuria. Pinworm. It is only up to 1.5 to 3 mm long and resides mostly in the small intestine, caesium and colon. Example Enterobius vermicularis. Strongyloid stercolaris. It is found in the duodenum mostly but may also be located in the various other parts like biliary passages, pancreatic ducts, stomach, various segments of intestinal passage. Trichinella spiralaris. The infection is caused due to the ingestion of partially cooked pork meat which is profusely infested with the larvae of the worm. Wucheria bancrofti. It is the last one. It is one of the most vital filarial worms that is particularly transmitted by the bite of the mosquito. Now flatworms. These are Platyhelminthes. There are two types, segmented and non-segmented. Segmented are called as cystodes, non-segmented are called as trematodes. Cystodes. They include the tapeworms, which are of 4 categories commonly found in humans. Beef tapeworm, pork tapeworm, fish tapeworm, dwarf tapeworm. Beef tapeworm has the examples Taenia saginata, pork tapeworm, Taenia solium, fish tapeworm, Diphyllobothrium latum, and dwarf tapeworm Hymenolapis nana. Trematodes, these are non-segmented flatworms. They mostly include the flukes, and in man, they occur in three varieties that are found in the blood stream, thereby causing schistosomiasis. These blood flukes are called, the S stand for schistosomiasis, Schistosomiasis hematobium, Schistosomiasis mansoni, Schistosomiasis mekongi, and Schistosomiasis japonicum. All these human parasites show symptoms such as epigastric distress, abdominal pain, there may be anorexia, diarrhea with blood and mucus in the stools, pyrexia, enlarged and tender liver is also being seen. The usual mode of transmission of these parasites in humans is by drinking contaminated water. Now, classification. Anthelmintics may be classified in the following categories: benzimidazoles, piperazines, heterocycles, natural products. We'll see the first category, benzimidazole. Out of several thousand benzimidazoles synthesized and evaluated for their anthelmintic activity, only 3 members of this class have got wide acceptance. We'll see the first example, albendazole. This is the structure. It has the IUPAC name methyl 5-propyl thio 1H benzimidazole 2-eel carbamate. It is widely used across the globe for the management and treatment of intestinal nematode infection. It is also quite effective as a single dose treatment for Ascaris, hookworm infections, and trichuritis. It has been observed that a multi-dose therapy with albendazole may help in the complete eradication of pinworm and threadworm, etc. Mechanism of action. The mechanism of action of this drug is not properly understood yet. However, it seems to give its primary anthelmintic effect by binding to the free 3-tubulin which is present in the parasite cells, which thereby causes more or less selective inhibition of the parasite microtubule polymerization and inhibition of microtubule depending glucose uptake significantly. Besides, the effective inhibition of parasite beta tubulin usually takes place at rather lower strengths of the drug than those that are normally needed to check and suppress human microtubule polymerization. Now, synthesis. Here, the etherification of 4-mercaptoacetanilide with N-propyl bromide gives rise to the formation of 2-nitro-4-propyl thioacetanilide with the liberation of 1 molecule of 1 mole of HBr. The resulting product upon hydrolysis converts it into amine reduction with tin chloride to diamine, and finally the interaction with S-methyl thiourea. Here cyclization occurs to give carbamic acid. This upon further acetylation with methyl chloroformate gives the final product albendazole. Mebendazole. This is the second example of class benzimidazole. This is the particular structure for mebendazole. It has the following IUPAC name: methyl 5-benzoyl 1-H-benzimidazole 2-eel carbamate. Mechanism of action: the drug specifically blocks the glucose uptake by susceptible helminths, thereby depleting the stored glycogen within the parasite. It depletes the glycogen which is stored in the parasite. The glycogen depletion causes an actual generation of ATP, that is adenosine triphosphate, which is essentially needed for the survival of reproduction of the helminth. It inhibits the cell division in nematodes. Mebendazole is a synthetic benzimidazole that has a wide spectrum of anthelmintic activity. It has low incidence of adverse effects. It is a drug of choice in the treatment of whipworms and pinworms and roundworms infections. Synthesis. This is the scheme of synthesis. Here, by heating together 4-chloro-3-nitrobenzophenone and ammonia at 125 degree for 24 hours in the presence of sulfolane gives 4-amino 3-nitrobenzophenone. This is the product. The resulting product on being treated with the hydrochloric acid and hydrogenation with palladium on charcoal as catalyst gives diamino benzophenone hydrochloride. This on being treated with S-methylthiourea in the presence of methyl chloroformate at 0 to 5 degrees Celsius gives rise to the final drug, that is mebendazole. Now we will see the last drug of this family, benzimidazole, which is called as thiabendazole, in the next video. Thank you.